Good morning, everyone. This is DaniJ. You're in the mix with me, DaniJ, and it is like very good. It's cold here in Chicago,
Oh,
but
you're in Chicago. Oh, I know it's cold.
it's very cold. But that voice you hear is, oh my God, how can I say it? It's an, oh my God, it's great. It's sweet, it's fun, it's the Rich Hipster. It's everything that you love to hear. You have your jazz vocal, you have your R&B soul, you have everything. You have Miss Chrisette Michele. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are
Thank-
you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good.
Oh my God. Thank you so very much for doing the interview with me. I know it's like your schedule is very hectic and everything. So I just thank you
My
for
mother, my mother said that you were a very special young lady who is working on owning her own businesses.
yes.
And so, if you know anything about me, you know I support young people in our community working to create our own economy.
Yes, it's hard out here to get into somebody else's, but it's glad that you can start from the ground up, just
Mhm.
like you did. So I thank you. Also, we have to give your mom a shout out. Me and your mom been on phone tags back and forth, talking. So I do want to give her honor. So thank you, Miss Payne, if
Yeah.
she's watching. So Grammy nominated. Grammy nominated. I'm sorry, Grammy Award winner.
Mhm.
Yes. So tell me, because when you first came out, you started with the album I Am, and
Mhm.
you had If I Had My Way, Be Okay, um, Love Is You, and Your
Mhm.
Joy.
Mhm.
Your Joy was the first track on iTunes that was free.
Mhm.
And how did that all started? Because I know you come from the church.
Getting into the music industry started off when I was 8. Long story short, playing the saxophone, the piano, and tap, jazz, ballet, hip hop, just being immersed in art from the time I was a little kid, all the way up to when I was older, and painting and studio art and ceramics and just literally being an artist from the time I was a kid and being nurtured to be so. Whether it was high budget or low budget, my mother didn't always put me in, the most expensive schools, but I was in school, and that piqued an interest. And when God decides that you're great, He'll decide that you're great wherever He wants you to be great. And so, He was kind enough to allow me to flourish in the community that I was in. From there, I went to high school. There were music programs at my high school, which is why I'm an advocate for Save the Music and music in schools. And then when I went to college, of course, there were not only boys, but there was also music there. Right out of college, we recorded a demo. And in my last semester in college, I got signed to Def Jam. So that's a long and short of it.
Wow. How does it feel like when you're doing that? I know most people want to during the college days they want to join sororities, party, and all that stuff. How did that make you feel to, you know, come out into this world where a lot of people start hating, some people start talking, somebody start listening and say, "Oh, she doesn't sound right." How does that make you feel within yourself?
I don't really hear that stuff because there's so much more love. So I'd rather just not hear it, almost ignore it. When I see those things on Instagram or Twitter, it's a place where I have the power to block people, I do. I've always blocked out negativity. I've never really found a place for it. And then when negativity affects me deeply, then that's the time where I need to do self-evaluation, because if something does affect you deeply, then there's some resonance there. There's something there that you need to take a look at. So sometimes the vessel may be a jerk, uh, but sometimes the jerk may be the blessing. So yeah, I don't really do hate.
Right. So don't hate on everybody that's watching. Don't hate on Chrisette,
Oh, you can
please.
do whatever you want. I'm just not doing you. Do you know what I mean? I don't have
Right.
any for it, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true. So let's fast forward. Let's fast to 2013, the
Hmm.
Better album. So you started your own brand and company from your song featuring Wale, Rich Hipster.
Hmm.
That, like, coming from the song now to your brand, how did that, transition?
It started with the brand, and then I wrote a song about it. I was sitting in a coffee shop in Brooklyn, and I saw all these people with really expensive high rises and expensive coffee tastes, but they had on dirty Chuck Taylors. And it kind of let me know that there is this thing called new money that people like yourself are creating. We're creating our own businesses, our own brands, our own ideas, and they're becoming lucrative, whether we're selling T-shirts and makeup on Instagram, or we're running a small record label with the help of a major record label. Rich Hipster is about the people who are creating the new economy. They may not be millionaires just yet, but their heart and their art, their culture, and what they contribute to the community is rich. So that's where the idea for Rich Hipster came from.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That thing. So now what people can see, also everybody go to richhipster.biz and you can find everything. So tell me, what do you promote on Rich Hipster? Like, I saw it's the street fashion. I know you're a fan of thrift, and I love the outfit that you picked out. I was watching your vlog a couple of months ago, but I always watch them just to get a laugh in, because the South Africa that was a good laugh with you and your friend.
Oh, thank you.
But I know you're street fashion. Music, I hear you come out with your own artist.
Mm-hmm.
Just on your brand.
Unfortunately, I'm on a TV show called R&B Divas Los Angeles, and on there you can see me beginning to groom my younger brother. His name is Len Payne. You can follow him at his website, lenpayne.com. But you'll begin to see me working with my own artists. And then there's a young lady who I'm looking to work with, but I'm going to keep that under wraps. I think she's going to be a really big sensation. I'm really excited for her. So that's the kind of thing that you kind of just have to wait and see. But yeah, richhipster.biz is what I call my online living room. It's got everything from my journal entries to me making music in my living room to, the food I like, just traveling, just all different kinds of fashion things. It's a fun place to just come and hang out with Rich Hipster Nation.
That's good. So tell me, because unfortunately you was on this show, how did that come about, becoming an R&B diva? On this
all the time I'm being interviewed for different TV shows, and I'm usually turning things down because I'm thinking that I don't want to contribute to anything messy.
Right.
Community, we have enough things that don't look good. I'd rather be on something that looks great. And so I thought when I got the call from these producers that they were looking to create something positive to show us working and creating our own businesses. And so I was really excited about that. I was also excited about introducing my personality to America, because they'd seen and heard my music, but they didn't know the person behind the music. So it was those two things that caught my eye for R&B Divas Los Angeles. I had so much fun filming with the girls. I made really good friends. I think I've become the closest to Leila James and Shantae Moore. But the way that people interpreted it once it came onto television was a lot different from what it actually was. And so that was the beginning of me deciding that I didn't want to do any more TV shows where I wasn't the executive producer or the co-creator. I loved the experience that I had. I love the experience that my fans had, but the people that I was introduced to, the new fans, I'm not quite positive exactly what experience they had.
And I saw that, and when I first saw the promotion for it and the promos and everything, I saw Chrisette Michele. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna come out. She's gonna show more of her, because I've been a fan since I came out, and my dad loves you and everything. But I told him, like, she's coming out, and me and my mom was talking, and my dad, we were saying, like, I just hope everybody takes her in for her. Not because, she's going to go into this and it's going to be drama. Take her in for herself, because her music is positive for young people like myself and our new generation and older generation. You get the love, you get the soul. Then you have the hip-hop side, like Super Chris was very, Urban Fuzz, you was in the like an alley space and you had art in the background. So it was like for us, like she's super cool. Like so that calls you the Super Chris.
Thank
So
you.
so how did that come about, Super Chris?
I wrote the whole entire lyricist opus in the bed that I slept in while shooting the reality show. So Super Chris came from me being affected by some of the comments that people wrote, me being affected by some of the things that people thought, and realizing that I am human, even if it's on Instagram and Twitter. A part of me lives there, a part of my heart lives there. And that was the beginning of me realizing that no matter what happens with this whole Chrisette Michele thing, there's going to be times where it's uncomfortable and times where I have to kind of rise above it. And so I named myself a superhero, Super Chris.
You are you're awesome. So on my show, we're gonna take a little fun break. So on my show, we always play a game, and I know you're in a relationship, but your other half is not with you today. But we play this game. Where do I see myself in 5 years? We go up by the 5 years, 10 year, 15. So it's just three questions. The first one is, where do I see myself? Where do I see Chrisette or Chris in 5 years?
I usually don't have the capacity to think that far in advance.
Okay.
I am ridiculously free-spirited, and I am literally most of the time taking it day by day, and just listening. So in 5 years, I want to be a better listener. I want to be able to hear where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing. I want to be open and free enough that when I get a sign, when I get a message to move, that I move fast. When I get a message to be still, that I'm still quickly, that it doesn't take me as long to respond to what God gives me, what He shows me. I'm becoming that way now, but it's still a little bit of a struggle. I want to be able to hear God's voice and react immediately in 5 years. Hopefully by tomorrow, but in 5 years, God's hope.
We all need that great listening skill because I know I do, and just, I'm getting better at it. So yeah, can I ask you this? What advice? We all have those things where we're working on, but it's so hard that we can't let it go. What advice? We're tough to talk very quickly, tough to, not shut our mouth and listen. What advice do you have for some young girl or young guy or older guys or older women? What advice do you have to be a better, better us?
There's so many different things. One of my favorite things right now, and I try to respond to questions right now, as opposed to something I thought 7 years ago. Right now, simplest thing I can give as advice is to wake up early. I know that's not the hugest, most incredible, profound statement that you've ever heard, but people wake up late and they wonder why they're not successful. They wake up, after the sun's been up for 5 and 6 hours, and they wonder why they haven't gotten anything done. People say, I wish there was more time in the day, but they sleep often. I understand that you need 8 hours of sleep every night. Some people need 7, some people need 6. But try waking up 10 to 20 minutes earlier every day for the next 2 weeks until you've made it that you wake up an hour earlier every day. Give yourself an extra hour to get things done. And then there'll be more time in the day magically. Wake up early. That's one of my words of wisdom today.
Hey, that's the words of wisdom. I take it in because I know I needed it. So let's talk. Let's talk about style. I know you promote street fashion. So I saw on your blog that when you don't like spending $300 or $400 on clothes that you're only going to wear once, but you want to be able to wear it again and feel comfortable in wearing it. Like, what gave you that sense? Because I know me, I'm a big girl, and it's hard to find clothes or anything that stylish or that can be for me. So what happened that you wanted to start thrifting?
Oh, thrifting has always been something I thought was fun. My first fur was from a thrift shop, and I was about 8 years old. My dad had let me and my brother work for quarters, and wash another dish, and you get another 10 cents. Just different things around the house we got to do, and we saved up all these quarters and nickels, and then he took us to the grocery store, and we poured all the quarters into one of those machines that give you dollar bills. You got all these dollar bills. And we went to the thrift shop, and that was when I bought my first fur stole, and I felt so accomplished and so important, 8 years old with this first stole, and it let me know that there was some valuable things in the thrift shop from the time I was a little kid. One of my favorite things to do is be picky, pick things out. I'm really good with picking out what looks expensive. I can go to Forever 21 and make it look like I went to, Macy's. I can go to Macy's and look like it went to Neiman Marcus, and I can go to Neiman Marcus and make it look like I have a personal stylist. So, whatever pocket you're in, you can always find a way to make things look greater than they already are.
Wow. So are you, is there a future that you will come out with your own clothing line that will be like for thrifting or like Walmart, Target, stuff like those? Or do you plan on coming out with a style like that?
I don't plan on it, but if you go to my office, you'll see a whole bunch of sketches of things that I'm drawing and playing with. A new dress I just created with a friend of mine, Jason Sky. I'm always playing with fashion. I don't know where it's going to go. It's one of those things where I'll just listen. But one thing that I'm always doing is preparing for what I see in my imagination. Half the things in my imagination, I do not know when they are going to happen, but if I see it in my imagination, I usually write it out, make a list of exactly what I would want it to look like, feel like, be like, create the marketing plan, just create the whole story behind it, get really excited about it as if it's happening tomorrow, and then put it away until it's time. I've got books written that I'm waiting to come to fruition. I've got conferences, I've got festivals made in my imagination and written out, because the Bible does say write the vision out, make it plain so that you can see it. And then when the day comes, when God provides, you'll be able to plant that talent, that vision into good soil.
That's good. So, okay, I just finished listening to Together, Mr. Radio. I love Mr. Radio. That's like my favorite. And I know everybody doesn't listen to the full album, but my favorite that I will play every day is This the Way That
Love Feels. That song is,
How did that come
out? Okay, let me think. I was in Long Island. Where was I? Yeah. And I was writing that song. Most of those songs from I Am, Let Freedom Reign, Epiphany, were written in like 5 or 6 minutes. Because that was when I was at a space where I wasn't worried about if something played on the radio, wasn't worried about if it could be marketed. It was more, hey, here's a song I have in my head. I wasn't thinking about taking it to the stage at the time, so I'd sing any note and not realize I would have to sing that note every single day for 6 months straight. Is This the Way Love Feels was a completely free, no walls, no barriers, no lane kind of a song. I did that on Is This the Way Love Feels, is that on Blame It on Me, that happened with Mr. Radio, that happened with the song Better, from my last album. Every song on the Lyricist Opus was written in that kind of a space, not really wondering if it fit into anything, just kind of writing and playing with music.
Wow, because that song, it takes me somewhere. And I was like, I told my friend when we was listening to it, because she's trying to find new music as well. And I was like, listen to this song. And she listened to it. And I was like, does it take you to a place? Because I had to imagine that you were one take, and the band was so perfect. I was like, that knew what she was doing. Like, she had to be in love. She had to be feeling some type of way. She had to be like, just in a space.
No, I definitely wasn't in love. I was wondering what love felt like. So I would just write something and then be like, is that the way love feels? And I write something else, is this the way love feels? At the time, I was probably in love with John Legend in my mind. That was, at the time, my celebrity crush.
The MCM.
Yeah, that was, back in the day, he was who I impersonated at every show.
Right.
Yeah, I was just playing with music at the time. And like you said, with one take, a lot of the records that I recorded at that time were one take records, because I felt like it should feel like I'm singing it to you right now.
Right.
It shouldn't sound perfect. There should be some mistakes I should crack. And if I do, it should stay there.
Okay. So let's talk about your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You started long and it was natural,
Mm-hmm.
and then you cut it short,
Mm-hmm.
and then you shaved.
Bad idea.
I shaved, and it was for the better for me. And then
Okay.
now your braids.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that come about? Like starting from the natural, coming, wearing braids now.
Okay, let's start here today and make believe that I was just born 20 minutes ago. I think it's okay for women to be pretty. I think it's okay for them to embrace their beauty, to embrace their attractiveness, to embrace what women are created to be aesthetically as well as on the inside. I forget that every once in a while. Sometimes I forget that it's my responsibility to be the cute one in the relationship. It's my responsibility to make sure I brush my teeth and smell good.
Yes.
To be a girl, to be a woman. I forget that every once in a while. So I'll do things that are completely selfish. A lot of the things that I do for my hair are just for the art. I'm not thinking about being beautiful, attractive, a girlfriend. I'm just thinking, man, that is so artistic. I think I'll shave my head now. Man, that's so artistic. I think I'll put my hair into a box cut fade with a stripe down the side and dye the top blonde because I'm thinking about art. Right now I'm in a beauty space. I'm thinking about femininity and being a girly. I'm thinking about Esther in the Bible and her taking baths in oil.
Yes.
I go from space to space. I celebrate that space while I'm there. And when it's over, I try not to have any regrets. But if I was to regret anything, it would be shaving my head. That was a little crazy.
That fits you. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, that was so beautiful. I was like, she's going natural. She's going to grow it out. And at that time, I was wearing micro braids.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend, everybody said, did you wash them? I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to wash them. Like, and then my hair was matted. And I was like, shave it.
Mm-hmm.
Just shave it.
Yeah.
And
That's happened before.
good.
Yeah. Gotta take it.
You gotta take it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. And now you're beautiful as it is, like from the natural to now. It was like it transitioned from, I think everybody saw your face change when they see you and everything. You grow up. That's growing up stage. They saw you from, you had to probably be in your 20s, and are you 30 or are you still in your 20s?
I'm 75 years old, actually. Tomorrow's my birthday.
That's 75.
So I struggle when to say my age and when not to, because I just had an interview 20 minutes ago and I told them my age, and now I just don't want to. I don't know what that's about. I think there should be some mystery.
I mean, you're young. You're young. Yeah. That inspires me. Like when I get to your age, that inspires me more with myself. I changed, like, started wearing red hair. Try to look, look good. Just transition, trying to find a look for me.
Yeah. When I shaved my head, I think that it was a celebration of women and a celebration of freedom and a celebration of no boundaries, a celebration of ownership, of taking responsibility for yourself and your actions and being powerful and strong. That was the space that I was in. No man is attracted to any of that stuff.
Right.
Men are not attracted. You say, I don't need a man. No man is attracted to that. A man is not attracted to you saying woman power and I can do anything without any help. No man's attracted to it. But there is a freedom in being in that space. There's a learning that happens. There's a growth that happens, and I would not be who I am today if I didn't experience that I can do anything I put my mind to. Now I'm learning how to celebrate men also, but I first had to learn how to celebrate myself.
Oh my God, that's a quote in itself. Learn how to celebrate yourself before you celebrate others or men.
Yeah.
That's a great relationship advice for anybody.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God, that gave me chills. Like, you gave me a chill today. That was like really good. So, how does it feel? How can I say this? Seeing the greats, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, everybody. How do you, put yourself into that? Like, you see Patti LaBelle started with the LaBelles. Aretha Franklin started in the church. Her late father, the C.F. Franklin's church, until now. How do you put yourself into that? Because you reached the soul of those women. Like, I see a lot of them inside of you. Like,
Do you want to know when I'm starstruck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm starstruck when I meet the big makeup gurus on Instagram. I'm starstruck when I meet the big YouTube girls like Claire Marshall on YouTube, and I see them walking down the street in Hollywood. I'm starstruck. When I meet a Patti LaBelle, a Lionel Richie, a Mariah Carey, those who kind of paved the way for us, I know that I'm in the right place. Yes. I know that I am creating what I'm supposed to create, because those people paved the way for me. They literally created the street for me to walk down to get to where I'm going. So they're kind of like the sign on the highway that says, make a right here, make a left there. Those people are sort of my gauge to make sure that I'm in the right place. And when I stop and meet one of those people, they usually give me a word of advice, a word of wisdom, and I take that, I put it in my backpack, and I keep climbing or keep traveling. I'm not starstruck when I meet them. It's more of a check-in. Okay, Chrisette, you just spoke to Michelle Obama. She just came to see you perform. This is what she had to say. Take that and put it in your backpack and carry it with you. So I get really silent. I get really cerebral when I'm around people like that, and I get really humble, and I say, listen.
Is that when the listening comes in?
That's when the listening comes in. Yeah, listening happens when I know I'm in front of someone greater than me, someone who I need to learn from. Now, granted, I need to learn from the makeup girl on Instagram, and I need to learn from the YouTuber, but those people are more entertainment, day-to-day fun. Hey, what are you doing today, girl? Watching YouTube videos. That's how I kind of enjoy the day. But when Patti LaBelle's in the room, be quiet. Be quiet, sit down, pay attention. Back to the TV show, Shantae Moore is one of those people.
Yes.
Shantae Moore has been around for years. She has more albums than most girls today that are out on the radio. She's created more singles, more hits than most girls that are big stars today. Yes. And so the disconnect was, I wanted to learn from Shantae, and off camera, Shantae and I got to have all these great conversations. They never filmed those things. And that was what made me the most sad about shooting the reality show was, here you have this amazing legend and this new girl, Chrisette Michele. Show the part where Shantae is my teacher. Show the part where she paved the way for girls like me. And how could you glorify the one or two dramatic conversations and forget to showcase the really important stuff?
Right. That's reality. You sit down and you talk. Like right now, I'm learning learning leadership. I'm learning how to be artistic. I'm learning how to be a woman. I'm learning so much, and I'm just basically I don't even feel myself being the broadcaster or just doing the interview. I feel like I'm just having a personal conversation, but I'm getting a lot of advice. And you're becoming the teacher, and I'm the student. I'm sitting down getting the lesson, and that's when most people they go and edit it, and they go bring in what was negative, but they never film, they never show where you have a moment with Shantae Moore and you get the wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, I made a point on this second season that I'm doing, and you'll see me make an exit during the season, but to make sure that I have a scene where Shantae is giving wisdom. So if you keep watching, it comes on Wednesdays on TV1. If you keep watching, there's going to be a really special moment between Shantae, myself, and one of my artist friends where she gets to say who she is and what she's done, and she gets to show us how to do it. And it's simple things, but there were things that I thought were valuable, and I had to become silent for it, be quiet and listen, and take incredible words of advice and wisdom from a young legend who is Shantae Moore.
Right. That's like so positive. Like, I'm just in awe, like in awe of the greatness and everything. So I'm getting Facebooks and texts. Sean and Trina said they played your song Golden at their wedding. So it's their wedding song. And they said,
congratulations on your love, Sean and Trina.
So they say it's because it fits so perfect, and we know they know where the heart of the song. They want to know where the heart of the song come from of Golden.
That song is about my mom and dad. As of June this year, they will have been married for, I believe, 34 years. That's crazy.
Wow.
Who does that? I mean, you got to write a song about it. You got to write about what that looks like. And then my dad is actually singing on the background vocals in that song.
Here.
Yeah, so that song's about mom and dad.
Oh, see, and it's so fitting for the wedding song. Like, you pass down from your mom until
something borrowed. Yeah.
Or that's something borrowed and something new and everything. That's like, wow. That's very positive. So I want to know, where did the song, let me go back to my list. I had A Couple Is Forever. Where did that come from? Because I saw you're in a relationship, right? And you see your boyfriend, Mr. Guitar Slayer, in there. Where did that song come from? Because when I heard it, I felt the OJ feel of it.
Yeah, I decided to embrace love. I had done so many broken-hearted songs, Blame It On Me, Goodbye Game, Epiphany. I was just upset. I call it ABWS, Angry Black Woman Syndrome. I had it, I had a disease, and love is the cure, whether it's loving yourself or somebody else loving you. And I decided to give that on the record. One of the most vulnerable and uncomfortable things for me to do is share my personal life on tape, to be recorded singing how I actually feel. It's really easy for me to act. It's really easy for me to get into a character and sing about something that I'm not experiencing. But when I am experiencing it, it's really hard to share it because I want to keep it. I want to keep my love. And people will speculate and try to ruin things at times. And that's hard to ignore.
Yeah. So, how long did you guys date for? Like, because I know most couples, they feel a time, most celebrities, they feel a time when to come out and when not to come out of being in love or sharing their love. Because
that's kind of a thing where I still keep it mostly personal, really private. It's really close.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I keep it close to my heart, but that that does bring a really valuable point. When you do have, say, a blog or a radio show or a you're on television, or you have a great following on Instagram, so a lot of people follow you. You know, because we live in a world where we build followers on Facebook and all this kind of thing. You kind of got to decide, okay, what am I going to keep and what am I going to give? Because once it's out there, it's available for people to do whatever they want to do with. And you got to decide what I want to protect. Some people won't post any photos of their kids. I have two brothers. One of my brothers doesn't want to be a star. You will never see a picture of he and I on the internet. He's a grown man, but I just won't put him out there like that. And so some things about Justin I do share, like when we're doing charity or when we're performing on a stage. But as far as what we have, you know, in our personal relationship, I kind of keep that to myself.
That's good. And I respect that. I'm sorry for asking.
No worries.
So, I also want to know, what I really want to know, how did Kim come to you with If It's Love? That's like one of my favorite songs too. How did that come about?
Kim and I tour a lot together. We do a lot of shows together. And when he performs, there's anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 people in the audience.
Yeah.
So big crowds. And so, you know, if you're singing before someone like him or R. Kelly or Mary J. Blige, who bring in these huge crowds, that's when you get to gauge, is this person a person who can command an audience? Is this a person who can command a stage? And I think that him working with me touring let him see that, you know, maybe it's a good idea for us to work together in the studio. So we finally got together in the studio, and that was the hardest studio session I've ever been a part of. And I've been in the studio with
a lot of people.
Yeah. But male R&B singers that have been doing it for a while know a lot, and they are not afraid to voice it. That's what I learned from Kim, is come there with your A game and come super humble, because they're going to tell you what they want and what they don't want.
True. So how many, if I ask, because it was very hard, how many takes did it take you to get it perfect, like get it right?
Well, I thought it was perfect on the first take, but I was in the studio for a while.
Wow. That's like, so all you singers out there, it takes a while to get
No.
I mean, I'm not saying
a while.
It takes a while with Kim, but
right.
You know, people will say, "Oh, it'll be super hard," or "I can do it," and everything. Not all people can do it. Not even Beyonce can do it.
No, people like great pop stars and great star singers. I've been in the studio for their sessions. I've written songs for a couple of people and watched other people in the studio. When you're making a radio record, it's a lot different than making a record like Is This the Way Love Feels?
Right.
If It's Love was written and created for the radio. So there are certain things that you can and cannot do on the radio. Those are things that you learn, though, in the studio. Yeah, sometimes it does take a really long time. Epiphany, to record that song, took me a really long time. But Is This the Way Love Feels took me about 20 minutes. So yeah, depending on where the song is going, that's how long it'll take.
That's wow. Yeah. So I love this tattoo, the yellow one on your arm. What inspired you to get that one?
Nothing. I love flowers.
You just want a flower on
I love flowers.
I love flowers as well. So what do you have coming up? I saw you was on tour last year with R. Kelly. How was that?
Being out with R. Kelly is a lot of fun. He's one of the few superstar singers that don't have a live band. What he does is creates a literal living room space on the stage, has select audience members come sit on the stage with him so that you feel like you're in his living room, except you're in a stadium. And he goes for about 2 hours nonstop, hit after hit after hit, and there is no liver, more exciting show than going out to see R. Kelly. And I've been to a lot of shows, from Taylor Swift to Rihanna, and his show is one of nostalgia. where it's really about this man has been doing this for years. I don't
Yeah.
have anything to do except tip my hat.
Yes, I have been to an R. Kelly concert, and me and my sister, it was just like epic. Because he performed, he wasn't doing the new songs. He did everything from 12 play all until.
Yeah, no, he goes in, and he literally wears, every time I've seen him perform, he's been in like really simple clothes, you know, like maybe like a new pair of like Giuseppe Zanotti, but sneakers. They might be Vera Wang, but there'll be sweats, but tailored sweats, and then like a t-shirt and shades. So he's like the homeboy, right?
Mhm.
But there's no denying he's. I can't really describe, because how I just described it probably doesn't sound epic, but it's ridiculous. It's
Right.
strangely epic, and it's him and his microphone and no one else.
No one else.
And he goes ham.
Wow. So what do you got coming up?
Next up is, of course, the R&B Divas LA TV show.
Yes.
My tour, the Lyricist Opus tour, we're coming around everywhere. This weekend will be Vegas. Then we got Biloxi, Mississippi. We've got VA. If you go to richhipster.biz, you'll see a list of the up-and-coming tour dates. So I'm literally always on the road. And then I'm doing something called the Pose and Post Symposium beginning in April, where I'll be going to select cities around the country to debut my new single, but more importantly, to talk about social media marketing. So you'll be able to purchase tickets beginning next month on richhipster.biz for the Pose and Post Symposium, which is coming to a city near you.
Wow. And I know Chicago is already sold out here.
Yes, Chicago sold out kind of as soon as it went on sale, so we'll be doing another Chicago show, but that's also on the website where it is. But unfortunately, there's no more tickets available. The shows are selling out really quick lately. Glory to God. I'm grateful to my fans for being so kind, but I think it might be time to start doing bigger venues too. So on the next album, we'll definitely start hitting up larger theaters.
So are you in the studio?
I'm in the studio right now. Yep. Your connection is breaking up.
Do this. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There we go. I had to sing the Frozen song. I did an interview, and I had a couple here, and we sung "Let It Go," and it like unfroze. So, are you finished? Is the album going to be called "The Lyricist Opus"?
I can't hear exactly what you're saying, but I think you're asking questions about the style of the album, the way it's put together.
Name. Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This next album is straight R&B. There's no chasers, no fillers, no nothing fancy. Just straight R&B, vocals, straight R&B music, straight radio friendly. You can bop your head to it. I just need a minute to do some R&B, to have fun there. I have the most fun on my R&B tours. So this is for the fans. This is for the radio. This is for the club. This is for music and the state of R&B music.
Chicago. This is the state of steppers.
Yeah, this is the fate of just R&B. I've got great friends in R&B music, Trey Songz, Lettucey, Fantasia, who are okay with let's make an R&B record. And then you have fun. You put out something like an EP or a mixtape and you play. But this next Chrisette Michele album is going to hit hard, and I'm really excited about it.
Wow, I'm excited about it. You know, I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm going to be the first one on iTunes, like, bam, going to get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
And I have to leave you guys in just a moment. But
yeah,
before I go, I did want to say thank you for reaching out. I again want to say that I'm super supportive of small upcoming businesses because that's how we all got started. So congratulations and kudos to you on everything that you're doing, DaniJ. I wish
okay.
you incredible success. And then to everybody watching and listening, I just want to say thank you for your time and your love, for being a part of Rich Hipster Nation. Definitely go check out everything Rich Hipster at richhipster.biz.
Now I might
Instagram,
be pushing it.
huh?
I might be pushing it.
Hmm.
Can I just hear a little of if this is the way that love feels,
I'll try to
please?
remember the words. Is this the way love feels? Have I found it for real?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the way love feels? Have I found it for real? The way love feels. Kind of like a strange
Oh my
version.
God, that was good. That
Thank
was raw and uncut. Chrisette Michele, that was so good. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I support everything, every Black girl movement, everything that you're doing. I do support and I do love you. And I can't wait to come see you in Chicago.
thank you. Thank you
I
very
can't
much.
wait to come and enjoy and feel the mood. I was telling my friend Marcel, I was like, I have a ticket for you. And he was like, I love Chrisette Michele. He's like, you're not playing with me. I said, no, I'm not playing. So I want you to come with me. So I invited him with me. So I can't wait to see you on March 6th. And I wish you nothing but the best of love, success, everything. Make sure you go out and buy the lyricist opus on iTunes and see it everywhere. Just go out and get it. Please go out and get it. This is one EP that you will go to sleep on and feel the relaxation mood of it. You'll feel in love. You'll feel spiritual. You'll feel everything, the opera, everything. So I just want to thank you and oh my God, just thank you
You're
for
so
taking
welcome.
time out of your schedule. So I hope to see you and meet you in Chicago.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much, Danny J, and thank you everybody for joining she and I today. God bless you.
Okay. Can I get a hug like
Yes, you
this?
can have a hug. I don't know if you can feel it.
Thank, thank you. I felt the love.
All right, sweetheart.
All right. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.